Okay, we could start.
Okay.
If it's okay for you.
It's fine for me.
Okay, great. Hello, everybody. As you know, my name is Bettina Frolik, and we are organizing at the moment this kind of meetups around, which is called Sealord Series, and around all the whole yachting and aviation industry. So also based with luxury as well. And today I have the pleasure to welcome Michele Gavino. He's actually, at the moment, he's based in Milan, but he will tell you a little bit more about him later on. And he will come up with everything which is helpful for the Super Yacht World in 2020, in case you have to develop your projects and all that. So first of all, what I want to know is, could you please put in conversation? So it's called converser. So you have in a small level where you could put all the information. And if you could just let me know, what do you expect from today's meetup? It will be really helpful for us also for later on to handle in your what we want to express and all that. So thank you. So let me know what you expect. And I will give the possibility now to Michele Gavino to explain us a little bit more what we could have, what will be happen in 2021 in this really nice world of super yachts. Michele, benvenuto.
Thank you, Bettina. Thank you, Bettina. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure, and I just prepared something that is related mostly on design and mostly on what are the, let's say, the next driver that we will see in our world, in the super yacht world. And if you like, I can share my video or whatever you prefer.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Okay. I think I cannot. Huh?
Normally, it's possible.
Tells me that.
But it's
you do not allow me to do it anyhow.
No. I allowed it to you later on. But the problem is that at the moment I have I share the
Okay. Let's do it with your sharing. It's fine. It's fine for me.
Okay. So
okay.
We go ahead.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I tried to put in just one slide what I think that the key elements that at this moment are the main drivers for the super yacht industry. Starting from style and design, obviously, that will be always the core of the project because there's no owner that is not looking for style and design, and particularly in the last 2-3 years, the push on style and design was very strong from any owner at all, and this is a big part of the project. But we cannot forget other key elements, and that are in some way most of them are interconnected. As you can see, materials are in style and design, innovation and technology, will be in performance, will be in safety and security. But mainly, if I think about a super yacht at this moment, innovation and technology, sustainability, performance, safety and security obviously are the other main key elements on which each project must be taught and must be developed. Innovation and technology has been a big push in the last years, because obviously there's some strong strong targets on what, for example, telecommunication and digital solution can be can done on board. Thinking about that, owners of sometimes they leave on board maybe for 1 month, 2 months, and they have to continuously look after their work, their activities, their business. For this reason, telecommunication and digital solution has been a real new frontier for super yachts. Safety and security, obviously, it's a must. It's a must for the owner. It's a must for the rules that are coming. And again, telecommunication and digital solution have got some interaction with cybersecurity recently, and there are so many new rules issued on cybersecurity, both on merchant boats but also in super yacht, that will drive several new technologies in the future for this. We cannot forget performance, in which obviously it's very important for each owner to have the best performance, not only in terms of speed, not only in terms of consumption, but mainly at this moment, most of them are looking for noise reduction, noise vibrations, top air conditioning top air conditioning system that will give to them the perfect environment inside of the boat, inside of the yacht, without any kind of noise, without any kind of vibration. And this is another important driver in the development phase, which obviously interact with the materials, interact with system, interact with several other aspects of the project. Then, last but not least, sustainability. Sustainability, it's a new frontier for several. All the industries, all the sectors right now, but it's also a new frontier also for super yacht, and there are so many activities running on that, and mostly all the shipyards right now are putting all together a lot of stuff regarding sustainability to avoid in the future to have some problem with owners and obviously with projects. I tried to put few things regarding sustainability but emissions, materials, waste management, noise reduction, thinking about noise reduction, underwater noise reduction, and ballast water are the main drivers in this area, but there are so many regarding other projects drivers. Next slide, please, Bettina. Thank you. This presentation is more focused on style design and sustainability, because I believe that at this moment this could be the major area in which on which we can focus about. So exterior style, it's something very important for an owner. And as you can see, I have here 4 different examples of well-known yachts of the last few years. The exterior lines can give an important aesthetic value for owners, but it is not just a part related to the exterior design. I mean, it's the exterior design could define also interior design, interior shape, interior areas. So it's something that from which every owner starts thinking about his new boats when he's looking for a custom project, obviously. And it is something that is different from the interior design, because the interior design is more intimate. It's something that you can see or you can enjoy just if you are invited on board. The exterior design is something that everybody can see. Everybody, wherever the boat is, wherever the yacht is, everybody can recognize the boat. That is that is Savannah, and it's something that everybody can enjoy. And it is something that defines the project from not an intimate way of point, but it's something that can clearly define what are the main driver of the design that the owner would like to show to the world. It's important that obviously every kind of shape can define also the interior of the boat, of the yacht. Let's see, for example, Ad Astra. Ad Astra is so peculiar, so different from the other yachts, and obviously that kind of shape will define, that kind of exterior design and shape will define also the interior volumes. More classical yacht like Savannah or P, that recently won the Super Yacht World Award. It was just a couple of weeks ago. These are more classical, but anyhow, in their classical shape, they offer something different from other design, and give to the owner the capability to show something different. Thank you, Bettina. Interior design, as I told before, it's something that is more intimate, and you can enjoy interior design of a boat through pictures like this, but obviously feeling and touching in some ways is not possible in this way. So only if you are invited on board, you can feel and you can touch, you can appreciate materials, shapes, volumes, and the layout of the yacht. Here I have four different examples. And in these cases, you can see something that is more usual and normal, like the foyer of Silver Fox by Baglietto, or the chess table by Perini Navi, and something that is, let's say, unique, like the Neptune room in Endless, or the underwater room in Sailing Yacht A. This give to the owner the capability, together with the designer, to define something that is, again, something special, something different, that will give to the owner some kind of feature that is not common to have, not easy to have. And this, in this area, obviously, it is very important to understand in this phase of the project, defining the interiors, is very important to understand what are the needs, what are the way of life of the owner, in order to shape something specially and something perfect for him. It is quite often that they spend a lot of time on board because they love to be on board. It's not only a toy, it's something more than a toy. So it is very important to understand how they live, what they prefer, how much time they spend in the cabin, how much time they spend outside, if they need to work on board, or if they try to not to work on board because the boat is just a moment to relax and to enjoy the life with the family or with the friends or with some friends. So it is very important to better understand the real feeling and what they are looking for, to give them the right volumes, the right balance of volumes, and the right areas inside of the yacht, just to give to them the capability to enjoy the yacht and the yacht life at their best. Another important thing is also the right good balance between the crew area and the owner and guest area, in order to give to them the capability to have the yacht always in a perfect shape. So also the right balance through crew area and owner and guest area, in order to have all the right doors in the right places, the stock area in the right places, will give also the crew the capability to give a perfect service to owner and to their guest. Thank you, Bettina. Another important area in terms of style and design, and in terms also of living, are all the outdoor areas. Outdoor areas have been increased a lot in the last years. If you compare layout of 2020, 2010 super yacht with a 2000 or 1990 super yacht, you can feel real difference, and the real difference are the outdoor areas that have been increased dramatically. One example is a common way to review the beach area. Beach area were not used until a few years ago. Beach area were, let's say, a garage until a few years ago. And now beach area have been totally revised in order to have a platform on the sea, a platform on the ocean. I'll give you a couple of examples here. The beach club on the top right, that is a beach area with a bar, with a beautiful platform on which you can have some bath, and at the same time a platform through which you can access the ocean and you access the sea. Another one is the beach club that you can see on the lower left corner, that is has totally changed in a spa. So it's another way to look at the beach area, a spa through which you can access again the sea and the ocean. You can see just in the center of the picture the platform on the sea. Originally, this area were used as a garage because are areas that are very near to the engine room, but now are being totally converted. So it's an additional volume, additional space through which enjoy the direct contact with the water and the direct contact with sunlight. And this is something that has been a dramatic change in the last years, and will probably every kind of shipyard and every designer will carry on this development, because it's something that it's in mind of every owner that is asking for a new boat. They want this. They want to enjoy the direct contact with the ocean in a different way. Beside this, also the sun deck has been changed in the last years. If you compare dimension of sun deck of 10 years ago and some dimension of the average dimension of sun deck right now, sun deck now are bigger if compared to the past. And it's another area where you can enjoy sunlight, you can enjoy maybe a pool, like the picture you can see on the top corner on left. But at the same time, again, you can enjoy a bar, or you can have a dinner, or you can have a party over there. So it's another area where you can have some kind of privacy because it's on the top of the boat. And again, it's an area where you can live in the open air. So during summer or wherever you are, in a beautiful place, you can live there the full day, during the day with the sunlight, with the pool, and in the night with a beautiful dinner or a beautiful party. So these outdoor areas have been added a lot in the projects in the last years. And take a look on every single project recently presented. These are dramatically increased if you compare to past projects, and this will be something that will be again used a lot in the future for sure. Thank you, Bettina. On innovation and technology, there are so many things that are coming, and basically, let's think about like for cars. Let's think about propulsion. Propulsion, it's something on which obviously there is a dramatic change in the last years. So diesel, electric, hybrid solutions, electric yachts will be something that for the next years will be the new frontier. I know that there are shipyards that are developing full electric projects, and they are planning to have something like that in 2023. So it's not so far away from here. It's a real tough project because obviously a full electric car, it's something that you have on the street, you have on the road, and it's easy. You can stop and say, "Hey, help me! I have a problem," or you can call you can call a safety system. But a full electric yacht is something completely different. On this, there is a full push on research on better efficiency on hull, as you can see in the picture on the right, on the top right. This is especially done from every single shipyard that is looking for new platforms at this moment. So to lower emission, one of the objective is to lower consumptions. And then there is telecommunication, whatever. And as you can see in the central picture, another frontier is to increase electronic items on board, to have like that you see a total fully integrated wheelhouse. That is something that is a step forward if compared to the past, wherever in the past the wheelhouse were totally distributed from different systems, not integrated. And now it's more common to have a wheelhouse fully integrated, in which one system takes control of everything, from each single system of the boat to the total control of the engine room and all the systems inside of the engine room. Thank you, Bettina. Um, Sustainability. Sustainability, it's, as I told before, it's a real new frontier for every kind of industry, but it is also a new frontier for shipyard and super yacht. Even if super yacht represent a small amount of emissions and consumption if compared to the maritime world, because obviously we cannot compare the total consumption and the total emissions of super yacht to the total maritime traffic that is huge if compared. Also, super yacht as well must comply with international rules that are issued by IMO. IMO, it is the organization by United Nations that covers all rules and regarding international waters. So there are so many new regulations and very stringent for that have been issued in the last years. And I give you an example. In the next 1st of January, as well, super yacht under 500 GRT in gross tonnage must comply with several new rules regarding emissions, like big mercantile ship. This will push a lot all the industry sector to adopt new rules and adopt a new way of thinking the project in terms of sustainability. I'll give you an example in the next slides. Thank you, Bettina. For this reason, there is recently I've been by several shipyards have been launched a foundation that is called the Water Revolution Foundation. You can take a look on that also on the web. Through Water Revolution Foundation, the super yacht industry is guiding the change and trying to give to the sector a more sustainable future. The first step of that was to issue a code of conduct that you see here. That obviously it's something that is related to a way of approach, a way of thinking, a way of moving in the for the sector and for the shipyards. And as you can see, there are some rules that are seems easy, seems natural to understand this, but if you put all everything together, I mean, it's something that is totally different from the past, totally different from previous approach on project, on building and on construction and on constructions. Several shipyards already signed the code of conduct. I can give you a few names: Fed Ship, for example, luxe, and so it is something that is well has been declared and and has been signed and has been shared by major shipyards. Thank you, Bettina. Beside of the code of conduct, there are also some tools that the Water Revolution Foundation has been issued to help shipyards, partner shipyards, to approach in a sustainable way the project in all the phases of the project, including obviously operation and refit. So it takes care also of the life cycle assessment of the super yacht, not only on the design and build. This give let's say the owner, the shipyard, and the yacht some kind of certification that give the project a full sustainable green light in order to have in all the moments of the life of the super yacht a full control of the sustainability impact of the project. Thank you, Bettina. This slide it's very important because give also an idea of and during the project how many are the stakeholders, and it is not easy. I mean, it's something stakeholders and actors, let's say, that have a parallel processes during the new construction project. As you can see, operator, owner, supply chain there are different moments, there are different activities that will involve the construction and the building of a new project. It's not easy. I mean, it's frequently there are moments in which obviously targets are different, and in each own actor has got his own things to develop and to do, including owner, as you can see, that has to think about, has to finance the project, has to contract the project, etc. An important thing that will cover this part is the communications. Often, all these actors are wherever distributed in the world. So the shipyard, the designer, the owner, the surveyors. And so the most important thing is to create the correct way of communicating through all these actors. Otherwise, the project will suffer a lot. So communication is one important stuff and one important, let's say, driver of the project. Because otherwise, without communication, without the proper communication between all actors, it is very easy to lose something, and then to find some surprise in some moments of the project. Thank you, Bettina. Another important thing. It's time. Time is another key factor, because obviously there are every single project has got his own time to be developed, but to keep in time, to remain in the time that has been defined during the negotiation of the contract. It's very important, first of all, as I said before, to have the right communication between all actors, and at the same time to make a strict control of milestones. So also the relationship between designer, owner, shipyard, in which something must be decided before some date to avoid some late arrival of material or whatever. These must be well defined since the beginning. It is quite common to lose time. It is quite common. It's a normal fact for a human being to lose time. So to avoid these, everything shall be very well defined since the beginning. And so this is a most important thing to do during the first phase, during the qualify, develop, propose, and close. Agreeing also with the owner and his players, surveyor, and often designer, the right milestones that shall be milestone for everybody. and shall be respected during the project. Here I said that a super yacht that is bigger than 40 meters needs at least 2 years time. So if you think about 55 meter, that could need from the very beginning 36 months, 32, 34 months of construction. It is very important to define in this all this period the right milestones that must be respected from every single player, every single actor, including the owner, to avoid to lose some time at the very end. And this is a must that must be respected from by everybody. Thank you, Bettina. I tried also to summarize other key risk factors, because it's something that it's very important. The period of construction is quite long, 2 years or more than 2 years. So in 2 years or more than 2 years can happen everything, like a pandemic, for example. This was an example, and you cannot plan a pandemic before, unfortunately. So there are many key risk factors that can affect the projects, and few of them can be controlled in some way, and few of them cannot be controlled. But it is very important to have clear that this must be on the table always, in the thoughts of all actors, the owner on one side and the shipyard on the other side. As you can see, the market, it's a key risk factor. We know that can happen everything on markets. Also, the regulatory environment that can change from one day to the other. This could happen also during a construction, and so this must be well defined during the construction or before, during the negotiation of the contract, that if some regulatory environment will enter, who will be in charge to pay for maybe some extra cost for the regulatory environment. The builder could be a key risk factor, because there are some builder that happened that unfortunately had some kind of economical problem during construction from some kind of market problem or whatever. Or because the shipyard sign a contract and then they understand later that they are not ready to have the right capability for that kind of project. Could happen, unfortunately. So this is something that must be taken in account. Suppliers, because the supply chain, it's another key risk factor, big risk factor, because as you probably know, this world is based on the fact that every single shipyard controls several different suppliers that are very specialized on a specific part of the job. So there are specific supplier for the interiors, specific supplier for engine room, specific supplier for system, and this wide range of suppliers, it's a big risk factor, because to have the total control of this supply chain during a 2 years or 3 years project is not easy, and it is something, again, that is under several environment key risk factor, environment, economical environment, market environment. So is not easy, and it's something that should be continuously controlled, should be continuously analyzed by the shipyard, and not only by the shipyard, but often by the owner and by his surveyors. Then there is the owner, that is another key risk factor, because sometimes they change mind during the construction. I don't like this, I want to change this, I want to add this, I want to remove this. And this is we call it irrational behavior, but it's something that is normal. They are building something that they would like to have, they would like to put the best effort on that. They would like to have the best yacht in the world. So it's very difficult sometimes to follow them. And in 2-3 years time, obviously you can change mind. It's easy. So there must be some kind of good management in the shipyard to be able to answer to all these changes without obviously playing the wrong game with money, the wrong game with some extra cost, and trying to optimize some kind of request in order to avoid to have also some extra cost on the shipyard shoulder. And then there is the force majeure that the pandemic was a clear example. During the first crisis of due to COVID, that was last springtime. It was March and April. A lot of shipyard had to totally stop the activities. In Italy, we stopped activities around the 20th of March, and we restarted at the end of April. This means that for 30 days we were not able to work. And just before the stop and after the lockdown, obviously we had to apply a special procedure to work to avoid, to put a lot of people on board side by side, to avoid any risk of any pandemic risk. So we had to change totally our way to work, and we've been a little bit slow just before the pandemic. During pandemic, we were totally stopped, and we were very slow just after the pandemic. And this means that we lost some time during the construction, and in that case, we applied the force majeure. But this, again, it's something that was available on each contract, but it's something that it is not nice to call the owner and say, hey, I'm sorry, we have to add a couple of months to your construction, maybe 3 months or 4 months to your construction for this reason. So must be taken in account, but on the other side must be properly managed to avoid to incur in a bigger problem. Thank you, Bettina. So we have reached the conclusion slide. So what are the main things that are very important and will define projects in the next future? Listening to the customer, as always, and knowing how to precisely identify his needs creates a winning product. This is true wherever you go. This is true in all kind of industries, and it is true also in this industry. To understand the customer is not easy sometimes, but it's for sure the way to create a winning product. As I said before, time management is one of the most critical keys to a successful project. To keep in time will avoid major problem at the very end. To keep in time will give enough security to the owner, to the shipyard, and will keep also the relationship between the owner and the shipyard in the better way. As I said, modern maritime leisure asset development and building has evolved into a highly complex process in different key elements. So we are putting inside of these beautiful yachts that once were just boats, let's say, now are complex super yacht, we are putting a lot of technologies, a lot of things, and this will request also to shipyards to develop some kind of professionalism that before was not needed, and now is needed for sure, because every single owner will ask the top of everything, also the top of technology. As I said before, the building itself involves numerous supplier, contractors, engineering companies, class and flag authorities, technology providers, owner representatives, and they are often located around the world, and so the communication is the key to success, and a good level of communication through new systems, new communication systems. It is very important to have a winning product at the very end, to have a winning project at the very end. Style and design are the primary drivers of every project, but never forget that they must still respect safety rules, guidelines, and common sense to avoid any problem in operational life. So sometimes the owners ask for crazy things, and you must say, no, this cannot be done. Try to avoid this, because we have some safety problem, or we can have some other kind of problem. So it is something that you must be prepared to do it. Sometimes you must say no, even if you have a tycoon in front of you that is asking for something and is ready to pay for that something. And then last but not least, as I said before, sustainability. Sustainability has become and will become day by day one of the most important driver for each project. So sustainability criteria must be pursued in every design step and in every phase of the operational life also after that. So it's not only something that the shipyard must take in account, but it's something that also owners must take in account during the operational life of his yacht. So they must reflect all the activity in a proper way to have a sustainable yacht. Ocean is the most important element to preserve planet and well-being. This is clear to everybody now, I think. And also super yacht must take their part in this job. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Michele. Are there questions all over? In case you have questions, there is a Q&R, and you could put your questions in it. So I will stop Michele, you could now use your video if you want.
Okay, but I mean, it's we have done.
Okay, we have done. Okay, you wanted to do it as a video. Sorry, I didn't realize that.
No, okay.
Okay. So anyway, are there questions around? What is your biggest challenge, Michele, at the moment?
I think that the biggest challenge is to find to put all this stuff together. I mean, it's not easy, and the time management, I think it's one of the most big issues for each kind of shipyard. So I think that the next step for each shipyard, if we want to make improvement, if compared to the past, is to have a new way of approaching the time management of the project, and in that new way of approaching time management, to manage all the stakeholders of a project, starting from the supply chain. That is the most difficult part of the job.
And what is your wish for 2021 in terms of because it's the first time in this industry that there was something like the pandemic all around, and what do you wish for the future? Is there something what you were looking for?
I think that sustainability must be something that in the future will be very important for everybody. So I hope that every single shipyard will better understand how much they can rely to sustainability on their projects. I mean, it's easier for some biggest for the biggest shipyard like Lursen and Fedship. They have a very well, let's say, well-established management system and well-established organization. But I think to small shipyards around the world, small shipyards that maybe don't have the same funds of a bigger shipyard, that they have to understand how much sustainability is important for the project and for they are doing. Also because we have to think about the customers that are clients that are changing. The new generation, Generation Z, Generation Y, are very keen on sustainability. So we must think that we have clients that are sometimes are more prepared on sustainability than shipyard on one side. So it's very important to be correct versus the nature on one side, but to be ready to be on the market in the proper way.
Michele, there are a few questions, so I will read it for you. Hello, thank you for this great presentation. In your opinion, how should a manufacturer of decorative items proceed to be able to work on a super yacht project? Who would be the main first interface? So just it's Pascal Sucher-Lesage.
I think both designer and shipyards. I think that the best way to proceed is to contact the most important designers, and they are well known. There are a lot of, if you take a look of the web of Super Yacht Times or the web of Boat International, there are a list of them, so you can contact them to let them understand what you are doing and what you are proposing. And at the same time, also as well the shipyards, because sometimes shipyards they develop in-house the interiors. So decorative items are chosen also by shipyards. So another way is to contact directly the technical department and the interior design department of each shipyard. That they could be interested on new material, new ideas, or whatever.
And do you think that, especially there's another question concerning interior design as well, does the contract directly with specific companies or look for craftsmen according to the customer wishes?
I think that yes, I think it's more easy to look for both, I believe, because it depends on the project and depends on what the owner is looking for. I always pushed my interior design department to look for new ideas and new materials and new projects. And we will be always open to listen and to look for. Another way of understanding what was on the market for interiors was, for example, to visit in April until last year. Unfortunately, this year was not possible to have it. The Salone del Mobile in Milan. That was another beautiful place to look for something new. And sometimes to have something new in your pocket will help you if the owner is thinking something special or the designer is thinking something special. And so it's, I think it's both. The answer is both.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Bettina.
Michele. And we were really happy for this, to see this great presentation, and that will be helpful, I think, for every person who attends today. Thank you very much for coming, and let's keep in touch. See you on the next meeting. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.